And away we go. What up, nieces and nephews? Uncle JD here again at the Yellow Office Building. Actually, I'll wait on that. So yeah, it's been a crazy time in and out of the hospital. I was dealing with the storms in the end of September, October time frame, dealing with the storms, and then November dealing with being in the hospital a few times, and then the recovery at home. It's been crazy shit. So it appears that there isn't anybody in here yet. My view counter is still 0. So I'm just going to chill until people start coming in. For those of you watching the archive version, just kind of, skip through. There we go. It was clogged. All right, so the plan is I'll probably be on for about an hour. But if the view count goes up and the chat activity is, pretty strong, I'll see about going longer. But right now, the target time is an hour. But if I don't get any viewers or anything like that, then I may not even go an hour. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully everyone watching the archive version in America, at least, hopefully they had a good day yesterday. I don't know if there's any similar customs anywhere else in the world that were inspired by tales of our holidays or whatever, but hopefully everyone was able to enjoy themselves and enjoy some good food. It looks like we got a couple of people in here. If you're new to the channel, new to the live streams, say hello and the country you're from so I can say hello back and give your country a shout out. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And in that case, make sure to say what's up in the chat so I can say what's up back to you specifically. Counter went back to 0, but somebody did hit like. Thank you for that. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when all my videos come out, and then tell your friends about me, and then have them tell 2 friends, and then have them tell 2 friends, and then have them tell 2 friends. That way Uncle JD can get monetized. But yeah. Been out the hospital for a little over 2 weeks now. Was recovering for like a week and a half at home, or out of the hospital, I mean. But, you know, they did this procedure where they stuck needles like that. Wait, hold on. Yeah, about that long. Put it next to my head for size comparison. Needles about that long. They stuck 2 of them through my back. And actually, I'll show you the after picture. So, where those Band-Aids are at, that's where they stuck the needles in my back, so they could numb the pain receptors that are in between the front part of your abdomen and the back side of your abdomen. So like in the center, there's these pain receptors, so they went through the back and had to maneuver around to get to the pain receptors to inject it with some kind of pain blocker. Injected with some kind of pain blocker. But I was like out of commission for a good week and a half after being released. Oh, excuse me. My back was in a large amount of pain after the feeling came back to it. I could barely lean forward without it hurting. So yeah, it was like a good week and a half, 2 weeks, just in recovery. But I definitely don't have as much pain in my abdomen as I was having. So that's a good thing. Oh yeah, touched base with my 2 musical guests for the 2-day meet and greet event here in the Town and Country area of Tampa, Florida. The details of the outline for each day is still being kind of moved around and negotiated and things like that. But my 2 musical guests, one a solo rapper, the other a band. They're still scheduled for the event. So there'll be the musical guests. There'll be, at least on one of those days, I'll be providing food. Last time I did pizza, but only 2 people were there besides myself. One guy was just another homeless guy that happened to be in the right place at the right time, and the other was one of my musical guests, which is the solo rapper. Those are the only 2 people that showed up for my original meet and greet. But I'm not crying about it. But this time, it's a 2-day event, 2 musical guests, autograph signing, food provided. Going to try to set up a P.O. box to where if you want to send me mail or send me any kind of items, you can. But for the meet and greet event, if I have the P.O. box set up in time, if you want to make donations of items towards homeless people in general, because any items that are donated for the meet and greets, there's a church down the street here that feeds everyone breakfast from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. They provide showers, clothing, toiletries, all kinds of shit. So any items or anything like that that get donated during my meet and greet events, I will be taking that to that church and having them distribute it to those that need it. Now me, if there's a couple of items donated that I personally have need for, I might take one or two things for myself. But if I don't need it, I'm not going to take it for myself. Might be something I want, but if I don't have a need, I'm not going to take it. As for that 2-day meet and greet event, I will be live streaming as much of it as possible. Okay, hopefully I'm reading this correctly. Is it a Fanny Pokey? Hopefully I said that right, but either way, it's up to you as well. But yeah, the 2-day meet and greet event is, I'm going to be trying to live stream as much of that as possible. That includes the musical performances, any midway game type thing that I might be able to set up. I'm just hoping that the 2-day meet and greet event ends up being a success. Debating if I should stick to my same headshot that I do autographs on, or if I should do a new one. I think I'll, shoot another headshot and then post the two. Run a poll to see, which headshot everybody thinks looks better. And I'll run with that one. To everyone that either just joined the live or recently joined the live, if you haven't done this already, say hello and what country you're from so I can say hello back and give your country a shout out. So somebody accused me of being an addict in the comments of one of my videos. I'm not going to call them out by name, but I replied asking what it was they were assuming I was an addict of. Now, if the viewer count goes up, I will go deeper into that whole venting session. And I'm sure it may come up again sometime later. But I'm going to set the record straight for those of you. Mr. Doodoo! Welcome back, man. I am going to clarify the situation for those that are on right now and watching the archive version, but if anybody else joins later, I'll probably say it again. The only thing that I'm addicted to is cigarettes. I smoke marijuana, flower, and I vape THC oil because I want to. It's not that I have to have it, but I want it. And I used to do 30 milligram Percocets, aka Roxycodone, aka Blues. Used to snort them bitches. And was able to walk away from them like that. Was snorting anywhere from 2 to 4 Xanax bars at a time. And each bar is 2 milligrams each. So I was doing 4 to 8 milligrams of Xanax at a time. I stopped that like that. Cocaine. Loved that shit. But I stopped that like that. Now, I'm not saying that to brag like I'm anybody special. I'm just very fortunate to have survived, not experiencing any withdrawals. And finding out that my heart is strong whenever I was in the hospital. How can I say that honestly? I guess God loves me. He's keeping me alive, even though I shouldn't be. You don't know how many times I would snort some Xanax and go into autopilot. I'd black out. I'd be in autopilot. I would live my life blacked out. And I managed to talk my way out of a ticket and getting arrested a couple times while on Xanax. Not having a clue of what I was saying. I just know that I saw a policeman in front of me. His mouth was moving. My mouth was moving. He got in his car. I got in mine. And we both left the scene. Have no clue what I said to get out of it. But I got out of it. And with the fact that I didn't do any damage to my heart by mixing downers and uppers, I am definitely an exception to the rule. I am not the rule. I am a rare case. Now, y'all can believe me or y'all can think that I'm over-exaggerating. I don't give a fuck. I know the truth. I'm sitting here telling you. 2 to 4 Xanax bars at a time. I would only do one blue at a time, though. But I was doing anywhere from 4 to 8 blues a day. That shit was expensive. $30 a pill. And I was always buying 8 balls. I was dropping $3.50 an 8 ball. And I was burning through it. But yeah, I haven't touched a blue, a bar, or any Coke in over a year. Maybe close to 2. But I know over a year. Nope, I take that back. I did have a wee bit of cocaine many months ago. But I haven't had any Xanax or blues. And I'm just being real with you. So, if you're going to do something, you do you. Just don't get strung out on anything. If you feel like you're getting strung out on something or being put in the position of an addiction, reach out for help. Whether through a friend or through clinical treatment, help is out there. Reach out for help. And like I said, whenever I first started the live tonight, I'm gonna shoot for an hour. And depending on the viewer activity and chat activity, I may go longer than an hour. Or if there's a lack thereof, it may be less than an hour. Right now, it's been 24 minutes and 13 seconds. But how's everybody out there doing tonight? And also, I still don't know how to, I don't know how to bring up the chat from the live version whenever I'm watching the archive of the live stream. So, and I even tried YouTubing it, and I couldn't get the answer that I was looking for. So if anyone knows how to do that, please send me instructions at my email, unclejd333@gmail.com. And anyone that can give me those instructions, I will reply to their email with a personalized video message thanking them. So for a lot of you don't know this probably, but when I first started out doing these videos, I had also started working on writing a book to go along with it. And that book got soaked to the point to where it was not savable. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start again on writing the book. And that book will be, the working title right now is The Homeless Chronicles, which I really slacked up on the Homeless Chronicle videos that I used to make. But I'm going to be picking that back up probably pretty soon. And but the point is, it's going to be a written book and an audio book as well. And the audio book will have little extra bits of freshness to it, because it's going to be, you'll have the book, but then the audio book will be me reading my book, and then if I get to a certain point in the reading of it and something cool hits my brain, I'm going to add that into the audio book. So the audio book is going to be the doper of the two. If I ever reach the point of monetization, then I will work on putting together a DVD box set of like the best of Uncle JD. And then it'll also come with, you know, like an Uncle JD t-shirt of my choosing, but it'll be autographed. Autographed headshot, maybe some autographed used chopsticks, because I do eat a lot of Chinese food when I can. Maybe autographed top of a pizza box. Who knows? But the box set will be cool. Right now I'm trying to collect some video footage for entertainment content for the Thursday live call-in talk shows. And once I get all that recorded, then I'm going to go in and edit it and present it during the first hour of the Thursday talk show, and then go into that second hour of viewer call-in time. And depending on the situation, maybe 2-hour viewer call-in time. Just crossed the 30-minute mark. Not a whole lot of people watching right now. Not a whole lot of people. I've only had 2 people, put a comment in the chat there. If you'd call that a comment. But that's cool. I mean, people do have lives. Yeah. Me, not so much. I mean, I still have a life, I got to see my kids and stuff yesterday. And that was good. The family that we were all meeting together at, we had some really good food there. Hands cramping up. Had some really good food. Surprisingly, everybody got along. I didn't have to get onto the kids. They didn't give anybody a hard time. People actually spoke to me. It was an all-round good day. Well, so I managed to get my sleeping bag and my blanket from over at my friend's house, aka the Extended Stay Hotel. Excuse me. So tonight I will be laying on this ground. Oh wait, I can flip it. I'll be laying on this ground here. With my sleeping bag and blanket. Got my stocking cap to keep my ears and head warm. Because somebody was saying it's supposed to get down to 40 degrees tonight. Now, it's not the 40 degrees part that bothers me. But I got a metal plate in this arm, just about elbow to shoulder, with a bunch of screws running up and down it, with a piece of cadaver bone, which is a corpse's bone that was donated to science. They had to put a piece of somebody else's arm bone in my arm, or one of their bones in my arm, to get the bones to grow back together after it snapped in half. What else? Oh yeah, arthritis in my hands up to my elbows from constantly punching trees and cinder blocks and buckets that had hard cement inside of it. For those of you that don't know, I am a currently non-practicing martial artist. I was taking an art called Im Kai Fu, and that's spelled Imcayfu. Look it up. Inti Tayem Marco Bordavila was the instructor, who I just recently spoke with. He still considers me a student. I just have to get to where I can physically train again. But there's still some shit that I can do, even though I can't really walk too good or stand too good. If I'm on the ground, I can fight you from turtle or turtle on back, whichever you want to call it. And I can also, if I take you, like if I'm on top of you, you're done, son. Hammer fists all fucking day. If I get the advantage from behind you, sounded weird. Anyway, if I can overpower you from the backside of you, you're going to get choked out. And again, if I'm on top of you face to face, if I can get you in the right position to lock in that triangle, the last thing you're going to remember before passing out is the smell of my crotch. So, just because you're dealing with a disabled guy, or a currently disabled guy, doesn't mean that I can't whoop your ass. And I'm not afraid to kill if I have to. If I feel that my life is in danger, it's either your life or mine. It's you. Not you guys. Just the public you. A lot of good things are coming up the way here. I just spoke with Sick Thought and Jess today, and like we had I don't know, I'd call it like a 5-10 minute meeting, impromptu. Didn't realize it was a meeting while it was happening, but it happened nonetheless, and it was a good little brainstorming session that was going on. And that's the thing. It was a we thing, not a me thing. It was a we thing with a W. So I've got some pretty high expectations. Tomorrow morning, here at the Yellow Office Building, I will be doing about 4 hours of phone work for my friend, which will put $40 in my pocket. And that 40 bucks is basically spent already. But he's already confirmed that I can put in some hours on Monday. And then I should, have my head back above water a little bit. And then I can start getting caught up on other debts that I owe. It's not that I like racking up debts. That's not the case. But when it happens, I do what I can to get it paid off, even if I'm late. The bottom line is, if I rack up a debt, I pay it off. When I'm able to pay it off, as long as I remember the debt. Now, if I forget the debt and I owe you a debt, I need you to remind me of that debt. Because it's not that I'm saying, oh, screw it, I'm not going to pay them. No, that's not the case. It's sometimes I honestly forget, oh yeah, I owe this person $5 or I owe this person $10 or whatever the case might be. It happens. Remind me sometimes. Now, I try to do what I can to let you know. Be like, yo, I know I said I would have it this day. Some things kind of hindered me from being able to follow through with that. I just need another day or two. Can you please forgive me? And, I do what I can to get it caught up. There are 2 people that I currently owe a couple of months each. Or I've owed them for a couple of months each. And that is my mom and my sister. But I do try to communicate with them. But yeah, the point is, by Monday I should have my head above water, and if I can work Tuesday as well, then I'll be back in the black. Let's see here. I got 4 likes. Thank you to those that liked it. It looks like I've got 3 people on the view count, and we're about to be hitting 44 minutes in. Only 2 messages in the chat. So yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and hit it off at the 1 hour mark. But it's approximately 15 minutes away. So I'll stick around for that 15 minutes to see if anybody else comes in and if people start interacting in the chat a little bit more. So pretty soon I will be getting my hair, shaved up in the spots that I want it shaved at. And when I do, I'm planning on getting a tattoo around this side of my head, which is the left side of my head. It might look like the right side to you guys, but I'm pointing at the left. Gonna get a tattoo there. And gonna I'm gonna do whenever I do go to get the tattoo done, I will be doing a live stream for it. So keep an eye out for any posts referring to the live tattoo video. And tell your friends to check that one out too. Because I think that one's going to be a cool video. Getting a tattoo live, getting a tattoo on my head live. I'm pretty sure I can get at least 20 people to watch that one. Who doesn't like to watch somebody getting tattooed? So I've been training my facial hair, trying to get it to tangle and twist up. The chin hair, or the goatee hair, seems to be taking the influence and the direction pretty well. But the hair in the various spots just isn't quite long enough to even try doing the rat nest method, or whatever the case might be. I can't even put rubber bands on these things. Okay? Even if they were long, they roll up into such a tight wad of hair that the rubber band is bigger than what that particular facial hair dread is going to be. But I can, let it grow longer. I mean, keep twisting it as it's growing, but whenever it gets long enough, I can back comb it and, take one of the hooks of the needle and, get it all tangled up with the rat nest method. But twisting it as much as I do, I mean, it's pretty much sticking to its form. It's just kind of curling up like a pig's tail. The corkscrew type shit. And with the fact that it is at least keeping together, whenever I go to rat nest it up, it'll be more prone to tangling and matting together. And again, that shit is going to be awesome. Speaking of awesome, part of that impromptu meeting between me, Sick Thought, and Jess, the trifecta, part of that meeting was going over the fact that, there's potential to this whole Uncle JD project. And they're willing to invest time and funds as able to into where we're trying to get a laptop and a decent camera. That way the content can be of better quality. And Sick Thought had mentioned how, I'm basically like 95 to 98% of this shit is all me, which is pretty true because it's basically just me and my devices, and then occasionally, if I got him around or somebody else around, you know, I'll get them to help me out with it and stuff like that, or I'll send him pictures and shit like that, and he goes in, Sick Thought, I mean, he goes in and does all my Photoshop work for me because I don't know how to do that shit. And we're also going to be working on some music shit pretty soon. I'll be going under the character Tretz, capital T, apostrophe, little r, little e, little t, capital Z, which is a quick way of saying Tourette's. So keep an eye out for that shit too. But yeah, we just, there's a lot of cool plans coming down the pike, and I want everyone to be prepared for it. Last time I checked, I'm at 343 subscribers, so thank you to everyone that has subscribed that still watches. For those of you that have not subscribed yet, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when all the videos come out. Then tell all your friends about me, and then have them tell 2 friends, and then them tell 2 friends, and then have them tell 2 friends. That way Uncle JD can get monetized. Probably be doing another live stream tomorrow around the same starting time, which is generally 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States of America, aka Florida time. And in that live stream, there'll probably be story time with Uncle JD, a little bit of anger management shit, maybe some get your mind right. We'll see. I'm looking forward to starting the going under the working title Pizza and Prophecy. Because here's the deal. I am an apostolic Pentecostal believer that's not afraid to get his hands dirty. I'm the most controversial apostolic you'll ever hear of. I'm not expecting everyone to believe what I believe, how I believe, or anything like that, or even if they're going to believe or not. I have nothing to do with that. That's on the individual. But for people like me that most people wouldn't want to talk to about God or anything, I'm having those discussions with people. And I'm hoping that people like me, people like us, will be able to be exposed to this information in a spiritually educative setting, educational setting. You don't have to watch that program if you don't want to, but at least it's there. I'm doing my part according to what I believe. I'm I'm putting out, like, whether you're conversing with me or one of the other guest hosts or whatever for that program, because it will be a call-in show. You know, regardless of the situation, it's up to the individual, but I'm doing my part by putting it out there. And whether I speak to you directly or you're just watching and you're getting the information and all that, and then you're living through somebody else's question, that's cool too. But you don't have to listen. You don't have to believe it. But I'm like the go-between. People that wouldn't talk to people like us, they talk to me. And I can relay messages from the perspective of people like us to them. Whereas most other people like me might not think that they're willing to hear them. Me, I don't care. I'm going to say it. You're going to hear me. It's up to you if you want to comment or not. So I don't mind being that go-between. Just crossed over the 57-minute line. Well, tonight wasn't that active. That's fine. I did a horrible job announcing that I was going to even go live to begin with. But I will be going live tomorrow night around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, United States of America, aka Florida time. So keep an eye out for that. And that's 10 p.m. And when I commit to something, I commit to something. I'm not going to cut this off yet. I'm going to wait till at least the 60-minute mark or a little after to go ahead and end it. Just in case 10 people show up at once at the last minute. Because whether you're in here from the beginning or you make it in the last minute, at least you made it. I've got some ideas for the Thursday talk show entertainment content first hour material. In the process of putting that together, hopefully in time for this coming Thursday. But I'm hoping it goes well. Because when it comes to the talk show host, Uncle JD, in that situation, I want to be a mixture of Tom Green and Charles Manson. I know I keep referring to Charles Manson, but it seems like as each day goes by, I keep finding another reason to like him. But I mean, if you can mix Tom Green and Charles Manson, you can't tell me that wouldn't be some funny, cool ass shit. Alright, so we just hit the 1 hour mark. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking exhausted, and I gotta be up early enough to be ready to go in there within 30 minutes and get on the phones. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night and get me some sleep. Uncle JD signing out. As always, everybody stay safe.